You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast. And this is show number 595 for Sunday, the 17th of May, 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. Did you just say 595? Does that mean we're 5 away from 600 episodes?
We are.
Wow. How did that happen?
I know. It's like, oh my word. It's like, I can't believe it. It's maths, I suppose, when you think about it. Because if you get to 600 and you think that would put a show out every week,
yeah,
that's a lot of shows. That's
It's
11 and a half years of doing this malarkey.
Yeah, you know what? I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it doesn't feel like we've been doing it for that long, Michelle.
True.
Maybe a couple of years, maybe.
One or two. Time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun, exactly.
And I think, firstly, big apologies from me and Jayne. Last week, our schedules were a nightmare. I ended up having a little bit of a trip to the accident and emergency room, and then we had the Ofsted inspectors in work, which meant my normal 12-hour work day sort of turned into an 18-hour work day. And it was just like chaos. Jayne was going away, so that when the Ofsted people had gone, Jayne was free, but I was free, but Jayne wasn't free because she was away. So it was a bit of a nightmare. So Jayne just said, look, Michelle, I'm making an executive decision here. We're not recording.
Well, because I had a little bit of insider knowledge of what was cracking off in Michelle's life, and having had those inspections myself, although not at the scrutiny that Michelle has in primary care, it's not a fun time. It should be a fun time, but the way these things work out, it's not. So, yeah, sometimes you just have to stop, breathe, and then pick ourselves up again the following week.
Yeah, I know. And I must say, so many people reached out and just checked in, and it was incredibly great. I was incredibly grateful for the number of people that just checked in and said, yeah, we know what's going on, Michelle. Hope all is okay.
Yeah.
It was appreciated and much, much appreciated. And then Jayne's husband has a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Jayne's daughter has a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I have a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
May is mental.
Crazy May, isn't it? What was happening 9 months ago?
And, well, that's what I said to a colleague. I said there was probably a very, very busy late summer. Well, it's Joseph's birthday on the 18th as well, so I'm very excited. He turns 5.
Talking about how quickly the podcast time has flown by, that's exactly the same. And you get the joy of taking him to Disneyland Paris as well.
I am so excited. I have been planning outfits for him. I have been planning ears. I've tried to think of every single eventuality with regards to the weather, because at the moment it's been boiling hot in Paris, but you never know. So I've got everything from shorts to thermals.
Yeah, going to northern France is not dissimilar to going to anywhere in the UK, isn't it? You have to adapt the old Scout motto of be prepared.
Absolutely. But we'll talk more about Disneyland Paris later on in the podcast, because on this week's podcast, we have some on this day in Disney history.
Ooh, what you got for me this week, Shelley?
Howard Ashman, playwright, lyricist, stage director, was born on this day in 1950. Sadly, he passed away in 1991. So why do we know him? Apart from all of the non-Disney things he does, he wrote all of the 7 songs in the original animated classic Little Mermaid in collaboration with Alan Menken.
Of course.
They won 3 Academy Awards in 1989 for the project.
Wow.
They then went on to have similar success with Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin.
Yeah, it's that classic Renaissance period, wasn't it?
Yeah. 3 really good Disney animations that I would watch over and over and over. And I must admit, out of them all, I personally have a soft spot for Aladdin, and that's purely because of seeing the many different Disney stage incarnations, either at Disney's California Adventure or on the Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah, and for me, for similar reasons, it's Beauty and the Beast. And I think I've said this before, Beauty and the Beast, I have very fond memories of Simon and I going to see it at the cinema, and very aware that the artist sat next to me had his jaw on the floor watching. He knew before I realised what they were doing as regards to the parallaxing of scenery and where the CG stuff was coming in. So obviously that artist in him was agog quite a lot through the movie. So it was a very memorable experience, because coming home it was like chatter, 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 chatter. Did you see what they did? Did you see what they did? I'm going, what? Who? When? Where? Yeah.
Next one I have is the Mystic Point area of Hong Kong Disneyland, opened on this day in 2013.
Love to get there.
Oh, I was in conversation with my son, the lovely Kieran, and those of us who's listened to the podcast since way back then, when Kieran was a mere under 10-year-old, he used to do some Kieran news and facts for us on the podcast. And
yes.
we were chatting. He's currently living in Australia, and my other daughter, Bryony, is living in Tasmania. Thanks to my lovely friends at Dis Down Under, I now know that I need to speak to Bryony about wombats, because I gather wombats, according to Dis Down Under, have cuboid poop or cube poop. So, yes.
The fact that we all wanted to know and didn't know we needed to know.
Absolutely. But because they're on that side of the world, I'm kind of hoping that we can put something together where we meet up in the sort of like Far East and perhaps facilitate a splatter of Disney.
Well, who knows? Who knows what's on the horizon, Michelle? There's lots of possibilities there. At least you've got the good excuse of it's a way to see my children.
Exactly. And they are both up for involvement in any kind of mischief their mum would like to do.
So you've obviously brought them up well then, Michelle.
Yeah, well, I think Bryony, out of all my children, has visited the least number of Disney parks. She's only been to Walt Disney World, whereas Kieran's done Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. So
she's got some catching up to do then.
She has indeed. And let's be honest, if I'm going to go and visit them, I'll take a couple of suitcases so I can give them some of their stuff I'm storing in the house. And then on the way back, the suitcase will be empty, or not empty, because I'll have been shopping.
Yeah.
You see, I'm it's all thought out, Jane.
Yeah. Tactics, planning.
Yeah. But one day. Anyway, back to Disney news and history and whatever. I have got 2 resorts that opened on this day in Disney history.
Oh, crack on.
Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort opened on this day, 17th of May in 1991.
One of my faves.
And those of you who love these resorts, you will know that Riverside and French Quarter sort of merged on the 1st of April 2001. I've not stayed at French Quarter, but I have stayed at Riverside.
Yeah, we've done French Quarter a fair few times. Our first time was in 1996, and that was our very first stay on Disney property. I love the resort purely because it's so small and it's so intimate and it's beautifully themed, and there's nowhere in amongst that resort that you go, you know, some resorts you say, oh, well, I've been put in block whatever, and I'm like a 3-mile hike from the cafeteria or whatever. You can't be in a bad place within French Quarter. It is a beautiful resort, and I'd recommend to any, obviously there's beignets there, which goes without saying, but if you're at Disney Springs, jump on the boat, have a go down. You can go to Riverside, you can then walk to French Quarter, and then you can catch the boat back. Nice little something different to do than just the parks. But yeah, beautiful resort to go and check out, definitely.
Yeah, or a top tip from me, if you're doing a half day at one of the parks or something, why not get on the bus back to that resort, have a meander around, and then get the bus down to Springs or
Yeah.
the boat.
Oh, the boat. Yeah, if the boat's running, take the boat. It's lovely. You get to see Springs from a different angle and everything. So, yeah, I would heartily recommend French Quarter if anybody's and on about a moderate resort to pick.
1,008 rooms, just one bus stop. And as Jayne said, it's very compact. It's on the Sassagoula River. It's got that lovely Mardi Gras vibe going on. It's got a 51-foot sea serpent slide called Scales into the pool. And there's lots of jazz-loving alligator figures. The Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory is the quick serve. You have Scat Cat's Club Cafe and Lounge, which for the aforementioned beignets is worth the trip on its own.
Definitely.
I absolutely love it. And you can go and have a horse-drawn carriage ride, small fee applies. It's just such a lovely resort. And do you know what? If I find a few bits of coinage down the back of the sofa, I would quite happily upgrade my stay at Pop to French Quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to say it is a lovely resort. I think we found last year when we were there, March time, we were very fortunate we were there for Mardi Gras, so we got to see the floats that all the cast do, which was a fabulous experience. What we really liked was the fact that we were seeing the same cast quite a lot of the time. So we'd go in on, for breakfast on a morning to Sassagoula Floatworks, and we'd have the same lady serve us. And she recognised us. She almost get ready what we wanted, and I don't know. I think there's just something about having that little bit more personal touch, even though it's only a moderate, but just the fact that it's just this little compact place. And they have the greeter as well. That we had a great time talking with the greeter there. Turns out we got our Star Wars t-shirts on one day, and he was a member of the 501st. It was like, oh yeah, it's just a big happy family. Lovely. What more could you want?
Oh, well, I'm going to another resort now, Jayne.
Okay, where are we going next?
Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa opened on this day in 2004. This was the former site of the Disney Institute and is now a sprawling DVC resort. Have you ever visited or stayed?
I have done neither, Michelle.
Oh, you see, it doesn't have the draw of the beignets.
No, I'm trying to think if there's anything over there that would compel me to go and have a look. Have you stayed?
I've stayed there. If I can do the maths correctly, I think I've had 3 short stays there. And I've booked it via or arranged it through having the access to DVC, and you can get some pretty good deals. It's themed after the late 1880s Saratoga Springs, New York, known for horse racing and spas. Again, it's quite close to Disney Springs.
Very handy, so, Disney Springs, yeah.
You have that very local position where you can meander down and walk. It has the Treehouse Villas, it has the Grand Villas, and it's one of the largest DVC properties at Walt Disney World.
Wow.
It's got some really nice theming in the room. It really has. A big homage to all the horses that are in some of the Disney animations.
Makes sense,
For me, if I had to book a resort, would it be that one? Only if the price is really good, because it's not got the convenience as some of the other resorts, because it's got multiple bus stops, and that can take quite a while to get out of the actual resort. It doesn't have the advantageous plus points of Pop with the Skyliner. So
yeah, it's something to bear in mind. There's quite a few of the Disney resorts where they are quite, to quote a common phrase, sprawling. And if they've got that bus loop around the resort itself, you could find that you've got maybe a 10-15 minute bus ride before you actually get out onto the road to get to where you're going. So it is something to bear in mind with any of these bigger resorts, if that's going to be an impact for you.
Yeah. I have accessed the pools. The pools are amazing. The Paddock Pool has a 146-foot water slide, and they have a range of little pool bars,
Mm.
and I had the most amazing prawn tacos there. They were so good. So the food is quite a highlight there.
Mm.
It's just possibly if you want in the really in-your-face Disney theming, perhaps if you're not horsey mad, it's not the one for you.
Maybe, yeah.
So that is all I have got for this week's Disney history.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got our Woman of Disney Imagineering, and you might recognise this wonderful Imagineer's name.
Oh, go on.
Tori Atencio McCulloch.
Well, there's names in there that I kind of know.
Yeah.
Extensio's is singing to me.
Absolutely. Her father.
Mm.
Legendary Disney artist and writer. And yeah, she spent 40 years in Imagineering in her own right, Tori. She was a director in the interior design studio, both originally as a designer and then a manager. And she managed to work at every Disney theme park.
Quite an achievement.
It is, and she loved Epcot because it was her first big project, and she said she learned so much about theme park design from the best in the business, the people that were working alongside her. She did say that Disneyland Paris, which was now Euro Disneyland, was the first international park that she got to work on, and she absolutely adored that project, and she got to live in Paris for 3.5 years.
That's not a bad side effect, is it, of working on an international
Yeah.
park? There's worse places you could be.
Her husband was a Disney Imagineer, and she was able to share her experience with him when they both went on a research trip to Norway.
Oh, Maelstrom.
And her favourite Disney attraction, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland.
It's a classic, isn't it? It's quite interesting. It's quite a few times when you've done these, Michelle, that it's those old classic attractions that tend to be the one that sparks that wonderment in people. I think it's that harkening back, isn't it, to the beginnings of Imagineering, and I think that resonates quite a lot with these Imagineers. They seem to appreciate and recognise the history that's gone before them.
Absolutely. And then she links it forward to Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure at Shanghai Disneyland, because she says, end of the day, it's spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what they're going to do with that technology, whether it's going to come anywhere stateside, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, yes, please. But it always gives us an opportunity to go and visit there.
Very true.
So on this podcast, we always like to talk a little bit of food. So we've got a little bit of food to talk about, Jane.
Food, us? No.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And I thought, for me, I have always been fairly critical of the table service food in the Magic Kingdom. I think it can be quite pricey, and I think there's better options if you get on a monorail or get on a bus and go elsewhere.
Yes.
But one thing I am fairly partial to is, while I'm perusing and wandering, is snacks.
Yeah, we don't mind a little bit of a snack.
And I asked what were the 5 most popular snacks in the Magic Kingdom. And to be quite honest, I don't agree with it, but it'd be quite interesting to see if you can guess what the first 5 are, and if any of our listeners have any idea of what came up as the most popular snacks in the Magic Kingdom.
Right, okay. Well, Dole Whip, surely.
Not on this list.
No.
Yeah. I think it is probably because when I typed it in, I asked for the confectionery snack. So it kind of ruled out turkey legs. It ruled out Dole Whip. It ruled out tater tots. It ruled out all of those other good to go snacks. You know, it ruled out the, oh my gosh, creme brulee croissant thingy over at Gaston's Tavern. So it only focused on the confectionery. And Yeah. So that might narrow it down a bit for you, Jayne.
To the point that I wouldn't even know what to suggest.
Well, this is probably one of the most expensive snacks you can buy
Not the
in the Magic Kingdom.
not the popcorn, is it? The one where you mix it up and you throw rubbish in and whatever.
Absolutely. People are going gaga for this, and it is up there as most people's most popular snack. It's the custom popcorn mix. Occasionally, they will do a dedicated mix with a particular theme. But if you want to go in and say, can I have a bit of this and this and this and this, they will make it for you fresh. And it costs round about $15.99.
Yeah, you see, I see these on vlogs and things, and it never really appeals to me, but I'm not that big a popcorn fan.
No, and to be honest, if I was going to have popcorn, I'd probably be in Epcot, and I'd be probably in Caramel Kush, and I'd be probably buying the caramel coated popcorn.
Yeah, you see, I'd rather go simple rather than just throwing loads of whatever on it.
And plus, I go in summer, and everything will just turn into a melty bleh.
Yeah, but
$16. Hello, people.
it'd be one like sort of solid mush of. Can you imagine actually letting it all melt and putting it in the fridge, and it'd be like this massive sort of glued together concoction? No,
So,
I'm not selling it to myself.
Here's my top tip: bring your own popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Go to a popcorn cart.
Yeah.
Ask for a refill.
Yeah.
Pay the few dollars for the refill. And then get a bag of your own M&Ms that you brought with you, tip it in, ta-da!
Job done.
Yeah, simples.
Yeah, simples.
I will say, people, be on an alert, because Aldi are currently selling the Werther's caramel coated popcorn in Aldi for less than £4, less than $6, people. And they have a normal caramel, and they have the salted caramel. So if you like an Aldi bargain, keep your eyes peeled.
A little bit of Florida back home in the UK.
Yeah. Any others that you'd like to have as a guest, Jayne?
I'm guessing, does confectionery not include ice cream then?
Nope.
No. Oh, I'm struggling then. Oh, candy apple of some description.
That is the second most expensive thing that you can buy in the confectionery cabinet.
Right.
The character-themed caramel apples range from $12.99 to $15.99, and they look amazing. But at the end of the day, it's a big apple covered in a lot of sugar.
You see, and yeah, I always associate in the UK candy apples we have on bonfire night, don't we? And all I can think of is that you have an apple that's perfectly good in its own right, if you like your fruit. And it's like somebody's trying to convince you that fruit is good for you when you're a child by coating it in some sort of hard, sugary shell that most of us fear that if we bite into it, we're going to break our teeth on. Insert bar humbug after Jayne today.
Yeah. Now, I know so many people who absolutely adore these, and it is a rite of passage every single trip that they perhaps take one home for work colleagues. I know Anthony Markham in the past has said, oh, I've got to get a couple to take back to the office. If you are planning to eat one of these, did you know that you can ask the staff to cut it for you so you don't have to have the trauma of trying to share it out between the family?
I did not know that. That saves the old, I've got to bite this, is it going to hurt?
Yeah, it does hurt. It hurts in the wallet, Jayne.
Very true, Michelle, very true.
Now, because I am a collector, I am an obsessive, I've got to get the set, I've got to try things before I can review it. I did buy one, and all I will say is I bought one, and that will be me and done.
I think that review says it all then, Michelle.
Yeah. The next one, Jayne, everyone's a sucker for a Mickey-shaped treat.
Oh, not going to be a marshmallowy thing, is it? Rice Krispie thing.
Yeah. Well, no.
No?
You can't say Rice Krispie.
Oh, what's it called then? Crispy. I don't know what they're called.
It's a Mickey-shaped rice cereal treat.
Oh, is that what it is? It's still Rice Krispies, though.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Well, it is.
Mm.
But, well, they range in price from $5.49 up to $6.99. They tend to be covered in maybe chocolate and some M&M confectionery on top, or they could be a different colour of chocolate. They do themed ones to fruit and strawberry and the like. I do like a good cereal treat, but that price point is going a little bit to the point where I'm thinking, will this give me value?
Yeah, it's not my go-to at all. We actually got given a couple of just the very plain marshmallowy ones, the gooey ones, at Pop Century when we were there, because we'd got our buttons on celebrating our 40 years since we met anniversary. One of the cashiers very kindly gave us one each, which then subsequently went to my son when we got home. And all my memory of those type of snacks is going back, oh crikey, we're talking early 2010s with the kids, when on the old dining plan, when you'd have your snack credits and the build up and you get to the end of your vacation. It's like, oh my goodness, we've got 8 snack credits we've not used. We need something we can take home with us.
Yeah.
Insert name of crispy cereal treat snack thing. And that's not my, again, I obviously haven't got as a sweet a tooth as what I think I have.
Obviously not. The next one is one I do indulge in. I really do like this particular snack because it can be in the bag and you can nibble on it all day because it is huge. It's the giant Mickey sugar cookie. And I'm a sucker for a sugar cookie, Jayne.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a cookie. I quite like a cookie every now and then.
Yeah.
My only bone of contention is with Disney. Can you please start doing oatmeal and raisin? I love oatmeal and raisin cookies, especially a soft baked one, and throw some ice cream in between a couple of them. I'm sold. But I struggled. I could not. Any time I've had a Disney oatmeal and raisin cookie was on the transatlantic cruise on the Fantasy last November. Could not find them anywhere in Disney World. The closest I got was at Polite Pig, and they were doing an oat and bacon cookie, I think it was.
Oh.
Which was quite nice, don't get me wrong, but not quite the same.
So, top tip, Jayne. On your day, you go to the supermarket before you're going into the parks, buy yourself a pack of Pepperidge Farm oatmeal raisin cookies, get a Ziploc bag, put a couple in your Ziploc bag, and then go get a scoop of ice cream from the plaza or wherever you wish. Ta-da!
Ta-da! And to be fair, that's what we did last time. We went to Publix and it was 2 for 1. Oh, I wonder how many packets fell into my basket at that point.
Did you have a snacksident, Jayne?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I do like the sugar cookies. I just wish they wouldn't put as much coloured white chocolate on them. Not a fan. But yeah, love them. And they also do the chocolate chip versions as well. And they are pretty solid.
Yeah.
The last but least one, and this is the one I'd probably put as my not really a fan of, is the Mickey Ear Hat brownies. I just think the brownie is a little bit clawy and it sort of sticks to the top of your mouth. And at $6, it's a bit of a pricey one.
Yeah, I think if I was having that brownie, I'd want ice cream with it.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. So that is it for the confectionery. So what we're going to do now, lovely listeners, if you are one of our Patreon supporters, stay tuned. We are going to continue. We've got a lot more to chat about. But for everyone else, follow along with the fun on Instagram at DisDreamGirls. Email us with your comments or questions, info@DisneyDreamGirls.com. If you wish to find out more about becoming a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/DisneyDreamGirls. But for everyone else, we are going. So it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.